Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Aidyn Chronicles, the first Mage. Now, last time we left off, we were just starting to get the party together, so we're going to continue this. And I've done some decision making while I wasn't recording on whether or not I'd be taking certain people and what the plans were with the characters I would be taking. And I think I figured it out. What would be a decent party makeup, and I'll explain that as we go along. To start with, though, we're going to be recruiting this weird fellow Godric, because, well, although temporary, he'll be useful. And I've never used him before. Being sent on a quest. Will you join me? This one. There we go, I've got him. Now, there are some doors in this room, I think, this one right here, that I can't open yet. Yeah. Unfortunately, Brenna's thief skill is not very high just yet, so there are some things that I will not be able to access. Like this chest here, there's another room, I can't remember where now, but I came across where there were a couple crates that were locked, and I could not access them. So I will be coming back to the castle at some point in time. There is actually a portal from Aramana, and here it is. This crate and this crate cannot be opened yet. Yeah, so there's a portal from Aramon, which leads to this portal here, underneath Gornia Castle. Walk through this portal and it'll activate that one, and once I get to Aramon and find the one in the caves there, I will be able to come back here by then having increased her thief skill, and I'll be able to go into this door and open those crates and so on and so forth. There we go. See, there's the difference in color. If you look at that barrel and you look at those, see, there's a clear difference. Same with those. It's a different shade. Slightly different shade, but it's enough so you can actually really, when you look up close, tell which ones might have loot in it or not. Now, there are other chests throughout this castle, or maybe not chests, but like barrels or whatever that contain little bits of gold. I'm not really going to go through the effort of collecting them. I do have a guide here. If I just quickly pause this video, have a guide here which will tell me roughly what to do to get a certain items, not all of them, but certain items, which are hidden in the castle. I'll be using it to help me out. I suppose I could post a link to the guide in the description of the video. For now, we will find our way to the exit because we have 2 party members now, which means we're basically done. I just have to find Abrican. He is somewhere near the exit, so. As for any treasures that I might be missing, well, actually there is someone I need to speak to before I leave. Somewhere around, not this room. It's one of these. That's the one. Someone I need to talk to in here, which will lead me to getting a sword that is really good. I think. Nope, not this one. It's probably not him either. Yes, right here. This man. basically telling me that I shouldn't run off and do what I want. Anyway, it's basically useless dialogue, which will just lead to getting a decent sword, which lasts for a while. See the old sword anywhere on the castle. That's it. That's what I needed to hear about. He's looking for a sword. Okay, so I have to come back and see him once I've gotten Aberdeen. He is somewhere outside this room. I suppose I could have gotten Aberdeen first and then come back here, but no big deal. Go get him now, then return. Sure where he is. Look outside, I suppose. What the? Isn't that the exit? Well, I suppose I need to get Aberkin done first, wherever he may be. I'll check the King's throne room. This is the long part of the game where you're running around almost aimlessly looking for people to talk to. There's the Reddit, who I'm not taking this time around. Where is he? Let me look this up real quick. Okay, well, he's supposed to be around here somewhere. Check this other door, I guess. Ah, there he is. That's the option right here. Will you join me on my quest? There we go. My party is complete. Now, there are two people that I can't get that I want to have, which I'll get later on, but not yet. One particularly later, one a little sooner than the other one. In fact, the one person will be in the next town. He'll replace basically Aberkin most likely, since they're the same type of character, only Aberkin can't learn Thief and he can, which will be beneficial. Because it means he can go in behind enemies and hit them harder than Aberkin otherwise would be able to do. I suppose I should be looking in these rooms. Just really briefly. Oh. He looks like he... No, he's not. He's of no importance. I know that one of these rooms has like bunk beds and then there's like a treasure chest in somewhere, but I don't know where. Probably can't even pick it yet anyway. Still going to look, because I'm overly thorough. It's a fault, I know. Where am I now? Kitchen. I don't want to be near the kitchen. Oh, crap. Let's go to this other side here. I really could just come back when I get the lockpick skill and everything trained up. And not record it, but just grab what I can. There doesn't appear to be much of anything here. I know there's a room somewhere that has like multiple beddings, and in between the beds there's a chest, but whatever. Not gonna waste any more time on this. Now I gotta go to the armory. And there he is. I'm basically telling him about the party members I've picked. And he's saying whether or not I made a good choice yet. I suppose he wants me to find his sword first. And then he'll give me loot. Or, not loot, but, equipment for my party. Unless he's already given them. No, it would appear that he has not. Or maybe he has. Well, I still gotta find that sword, so. Okay. Apparently it is in here somewhere. This is one of those items where it's very important to find. Okay. Door... Yeah, okay, I think I know where this is. There should be a door somewhere around this tower. There we go. Apparently the sword is in here. Ah. Gotta talk to Bowden. He's a great wizard. So he's had the sword all along. Darn, I don't know which one of these will... Okay, we'll have to talk to him about each one. There we go. Okay. So. Now what? Return to the library. That's what I must do. Just quickly checking here, make sure I don't have to come back if there is something in here. Does not appear to be. Good stuff. No way. I have to head back downstairs to the library. New journal entry has been added. Oh, it must be because of the key thing. This time I have to go downstairs. And then into this room. I bet the key is for that door. Yes, it was. Oops. Nope. Dang it. Stop going through the door. Check the barrels. I guess they have nothing in them. A bag with some herbs. Oh, that's always nice. A chest. There's the sword. Okay. Yes, I remember now. There's another room in here that has some, here, crates. These crates I have to have really high level D skill. In fact, I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I've ever opened them before. And they have some really good stuff in them. Something you get to come back for later on. That one I know I can open much sooner. Just not yet. Alright, now we are ready to go back to see Tahern, or Tahern, however you pronounce his name. And then, I believe, we leave the castle. There are a few things to pick up in town itself. In terms of items, we're going to go also fight that respawning bat that gives a decent amount of experience, since I'm going to need it this time around. Training Brenna in Magic, which is something I've never done before, and in order to do that, I think I want to get some bonus experience so that she can get at least decently high in it. Same goes for training main character here in certain skills such as shields, because he will eventually be taking up the role that Aidyn currently will be fulfilling as being the main tank, while having some spells, which will mostly just be teaching him the buff spells, some of which are of a magical school, which only he will have access to, because the only other person you get that you have access that has access to that type of magic, which is called naming magic, is Rida, and I believe there's one other person, but you don't get him until at like very late in the game, or after you've beaten a certain, I think it's beaten the game or beaten like one of the last things before the actual end of the game. So I'm going to make him the main buffer and debuffer. That particular school has a lot of debuff spells, and not really do much in terms of the elemental damage spells, and stick to Brenna for and this other character, which we'll meet later on, to be the two to do that. And I'll have another character who will be a secondary tank as well, the one I mentioned. We'll be meeting in the next town, replacing Aidyn. Take it on the quest. Yes, I will. Now, could you please give me the rest of the stuff? Okay, well I guess he already gave me them, and I just didn't notice. Must be the stuff that's in my inventory, like that shield. I would have thought there would have been some sort of message saying you received such and such, but apparently not. Alright, well, it has been about 20 minutes now. I figure it's a good time to stop the video so that it doesn't get too long. And I can probably will pick this up and make a episode 5 immediately after. But yes, I think that's what I will do, is I will save, just sort of pause it here and stop the video and start up again with the next part. So until then, see you next time.